New York has like a 60% Latino listener base to radio, but DJs that don't really support Latinos.
And we are good, and let's get it. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back, Cool Media TV interviews. And today we have a special guest, Emilio Rojas. Emilio Rojas. Man, like I've been hearing your name for a while too, look, especially in the Latino circuit. But straight from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Now you're based in LA?
I'm based in LA. I live downtown.
How long you been out here for?
I've been out here for 10 years.
10 years.
Like,
That's hard.
my 10th anniversary just passed.
Oh,
out
shit.
here, right?
How long you been doing music?
I don't fucking know. Long time, bro.
Long time.
Long time. Yeah, my whole life.
Okay, you're from New York, right?
From New York, yeah.
Part of New York.
I'm from Rochester, and then I live like uptown, so like between New York City and upstate, so back and forth.
How is it for someone like yourself, like Latino, growing up in New York like that?
I mean, New York is very Latino.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
How was it for you even in the hip hop space? Because, we always get the Fat Joe version of it.
Okay, so Fat Joe's an interesting story because I almost signed to Fat Joe.
Oh, shit.
But the growing up, New York has like a 60% Latino listener base to radio, but DJs that don't really support Latinos,
Yeah.
which I think is similar. Something similar happens in LA, right?
Yeah, something similar, yeah.
Which is weird because it's like, what are you catering to? Like your audience wants to hear people that have similar stories, but you don't really reflect what your audience wants necessarily because you got all these corporate entities that
Yeah.
are applying pressure from outside. Like, no, you got to play this because it's a label priority, right? So you don't hear there's not a lot of representation for the Latinos. There were times back in the day in New York where I had prominent Latino DJs from Hot 97
Yeah, shout out Hot
who would tell
97.
me they didn't like to say my name because it sounded like they were talking about a salsero
Oh, okay.
in a
okay.
city that is 60% Latino.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, right? Yeah.
And it's crazy because in the East Coast, Latinos have been heavily, have influenced hip hop heavily.
Yeah, for sure.
From the beginnings of it, and and you're right. The only ones they've had huge was Big Pun and back in those days,
Yep.
and Fat Joe.
Yep.
And then you had your True Lives. You had a couple cats. I think right now is more prevalent. Latinos are probably I think in the East Coast, Cardi B runs
Cardi?
it, right?
Party,
For
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Cardi B runs it. So at this
Yeah.
point, I could say Latinos run East Coast rap. And at this
Yeah.
point, But shout out to you. But how was it growing up for you, dog? The street shit or what? It was
Nah, I wasn't never involved. I was a
You
skateboard
Venezuelan?
kid.
Is that your background?
I'm Venezuelan.
Oh,
Yeah, my
shout out.
father's from Caracas. So
Oh shit, nice.
yeah. So I wasn't involved in no street shit, man. That wasn't my thing. It's not. I'd rather chill out. It's not my vibe. I was a skateboard kid.
Okay.
Nice.
That was my thing, right? Like I would go skateboard, do kickflip, things like that. I still skateboard, right?
Hell yeah,
So
bro.
yeah.
And then even making rap, you had to sneak out or try to be in that mix.
No. It was hip hop is very much part of the culture in New York,
Yeah.
right? So you don't really have to be in it. It's just there.
It's just
Yeah.
there.
Like New York is hip hop and hip hop is New York, at least when I was growing up, right? Obviously, hip hop has grown and started to develop and take on all these other attributes from different regions. But fundamentally, when I was a child, it
Yeah.
was New York, right? Had a very New York identity.
And then mom was like, don't be outside.
Nah, my mom was chilling.
Yeah, because New York is edgy. That's what I love about
New
New
York's
York.
crazy, yeah.
Super edgy, super loud, super outgoing, but it's beautiful, man. The textures.
Yeah, exactly. No,
the
my
whole
mom was
culture.
chilling. As long as I didn't come home in handcuffs, it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. So
How was it riding the metro over there?
no, the train is lit. Like the train is nice,
Yeah, yeah.
It's not out here where it's like carajo land. Like you get on and it's like people are smoked out. It's not like
For
that,
real.
right? Everybody takes a train in New York. It's normal.
It's normal, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like weird to have a car, honestly. to be
Yeah,
honest,
sure.
yeah.
Sure.
And
It's
what was
the
that
best.
big step for you to make music as opposed to just being around it?
We always just made it,
you
like from
always
like
made it.
lunchroom, like banging on the tables.
Yeah.
Like on like that clips beat, boom, pa boom, boom, pa
Yeah,
boom, pa boom,
sure.
pa boom. Right? Like battling, like all of it, freestyling. Then it grows from that into like songwriting, recording, releasing, doing shows, right? We used to run an open mic in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, at Galapagos, right? That's way back in the day.
Damn.
Before the Hermes store hit Williamsburg,
Yeah.
right? So
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
What were some of those early rappers that influenced your sound around that time?
I mean, I like Nas. I'm a big Nas fan. I like Black
yes.
Thought.
Yeah,
Like
Black
that.
Thought is
I
dope.
like Pharoah Monch, right?
Yep.
I like Scarface. Cats like that.
Oh yeah,
Ice Cube, early Cube though, before the movies. You know?
Do you like where hip hop is at in the East Coast right now?
I think hip hop isn't anywhere. You can be wherever you want, and there's going to be a place for hip hop that'll reflect that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it just depends on what you want to listen to. Obviously, there's what's been like commercialized and pushed out to the people, and that's great. It has its purpose. And then there's people like Griselda or like 38 Special or something that are really holding it down for the cats that want to analyze lyrics and hear like authentic street stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got people that, you know, they got the drill shit.
They
got all of it.
Yeah, the drills, that sound has been taken over.
Yeah,
the
especially
East
in New
Coast.
York.
Did you believe that the whole when they say that what's his name, Ebro killed East Coast hip hop? It's kind of like the narrative that they always almost like they use it as an scapegoat, like, oh,
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
the reason.
Yeah,
but I'm
he's
like,
easy.
bro, he is a
It's easy
playlist
to pin
maker.
like that.
You know?
Like, it's easy to pin him for that.
It's easy to
Yeah.
pin that, but it's just like I feel like hip hop has always been there. It's just like on the commercial, it kind of changed. But and I love the independent hip hop. I feel like it's always gonna be there.
If you go looking for it, you'll find it.
You'll
for
find
sure.
it.
Yeah.
You'll find it, and more now you're more than ever. It's bigger than ever. The independent route, like I said,
sure.
They're more accessible too.
yeah, more accessible. Like I love that cats like Alchemist, DJ Muggs, like they're still like pushing it. Status Selecta with Coyotes in them.
Well, I think that's some of our favorite rap right now is people that are considered, I think, more underground. You know. for
Honestly,
sure.
yeah. Being on this podful, like the Osby Chills, like I added them to my regular playlist, like the Bells. So like right now, I am going to where I'm already kind of getting over rap. I'm like over it, but now I'm finding love in the independent rap, where just fools are just putting their heart out on music, and it's just fucking fire.
I mean, to me, hip hop has always been about authenticity.
Yeah.
You know, and when you have to create an urgent record or a record for a specific situation, like the club or like a relationship record or whatever, like you lose that visceral reality that hip hop always represented, right? Like I think people associate hip hop with street music because that is always like, it feels, you could always tell when it's real, right? You listen to Pusha, you listen to like, I don't know, Spesh or one of them cats, you know they live that shit, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think that's why me as an adult, like at my big age, right? Like listening to rap, like I gravitate towards the same type of music now because I know it's real. I know it's authentic, right? And I want to hear real, authentic stories from people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even for yourself, you chose the name Emilio Rojas.
Yeah.
Like, was that a purposely done to like, because you know everybody will try to go with the nickname and me call myself this. For you, using your last name and also identifying yourself with your Latino side. Was that big?
I mean, it just was my name. It is my name.
So that's how you looked at it. Like let me rep the lineage.
It's my name, yeah.
Yeah, because you know, like you said on the radio, that they will like see your name and they'll confuse you with like a salsero.
No, yeah, for sure.
And I could see how people would try to put you in a box based on just a fucking name and shit.
Oh, for sure. Especially back then.
Yeah.
We were like, I'm not saying we were the first, but we were like at the beginning of something, right? And it's hard to be, people got to get bloody going through the wall, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to be like the first person to blaze a trail. Like there's a lot of emphasis on like the exotic Latino artists like a Shakira or like a Bad Bunny because they're from elsewhere and they, you know, they have this exotic sound, this is like reggaeton or whatever it is, right? But we have the homegrown ones here. You have people like the Yodis, you have people like like I don't know, Bodega Bams, like
Bodega
what we were
Bams,
talking about, right? So, you know, I think that was part of it, right? Like them not knowing what to do with it. You know?
True.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to work with the Bodega?
Yeah.
You did?
I worked extensively with Bams. Bams is a homie. I got love for Bams to this day.
No, for real.
Really solid person. Yeah,
he's
really,
cool.
really solid person. Him and Ola. You know Ola?
Yeah. So my first time just working in general, making music was with Bodega. And just him and his brother reaching out, Shell Gotti reaching out.
Yeah.
Even going to New York and visiting them and like pulling up on them. Really cool people, like humble people. And just like, I know like where they come from and what they did, you know, with ASAP Yams and ASAP Rocky and all of that. So I think it was cool and they're cool peoples. And, you know, Bodega chose his route, you know, and he's doing his own thing, you know, with the pastor and the acting and all of that. So yeah, shout out to Bams.
You pulled up on the basement apartment, and what era of the Bams?
It was in Spanish Harlem.
Okay,
it was
on
a
the east
pretty
side,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bodega Bams was he had for sure a wave. Even in the West Coast, huh? He was tapped in over here.
Yeah, because he was
tapped in
doing
over there as well.
he was pushing the Latin trap.
Yeah.
And at that time, people weren't really like, they didn't know what to call it. So he was like the main guy pushing Latin trap.
It was a different Latin trap than we hear now, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's where that phrase came from, right?
Yeah. Because I know he even came out here and he was at the Echo and he did a little tour with Smoke Dizza. And the first time that I saw Coyotes, they opened up for Bodega,
Oh, crazy.
and they went under another name. Also,
What do they go by?
I don't know if they want me to say it, but
I'll
Divine
text, I'll text.
Bloodline. Divine Bloodline was the name.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah.
I mean, and then just last week they sold out the Echo downstairs, so it's
Yep.
like
Crazy.
it goes full circle. I told him I was like, I wish I had the video. I looked it up. I don't have it. I just have some of Bodega clips, but they came a long way too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're super talented too.
For real.
Very humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing their thing for sure. Super consistent. Yeah.
And then for yourself, what's some of the most important studio sessions you had with like,
Studio
artists?
sessions. You know, none of my like favorite studio moments are with bigger artists. Like back in the day, we used to record at this spot in Atlanta called Tree Sound. And I remember we were in there and Immortal Technique was in there and I was like recording this record and he was in the control room and I was in the booth. And at Tree Sound, they had this massive live room that could like also facilitate a live performance with a stage. And then the booth was on the other side and the control room was all the way on the other side of this live room. And Tech was like frustrated because he didn't feel like I was animated enough on the take.
Yeah.
So I'm like recording and all of a sudden I get like thrown on the ground.
Oh shit.
Like Tech like broke in the booth. Like, he's like trying to get me amped up.
Yeah.
It was things like that, right? Like where you really got to hang out with people in like a more relaxed setting because there was no pressure. We weren't like racing against the clock trying to track vocals before our like time had run out or be in with like a certain producer like that had certain social capital or buzz or whatever, like trying to impress them. It was just a super chill place. It was very unpretentious,
Yeah.
It was a cool place. I dug it a lot. And that was like probably like my favorite times is being down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And then for you, your music, you always chose the route of like being social awareness. Was it always like that route you wanted to take?
So there was like a little hiccup.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little hiccup. I started out like that, and then for a while, like I had some interest, like from some higher level artists. Like a couple people started reaching out, and I was young, and I was, you're young.
Yeah,
you
for sure.
Come from nothing, right?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah,
people standing on a couch, spending $160,000 on Ace of Spades in a night, and I was a little weak. But then recently, like over the past 4 or 5 years, I just got sick of trying to play that game,
Yeah.
And then like when the genocide in Palestine started, like it really reawakened something in me.
Yeah.
Like I always had a strong sense of justice, but when you see something like that and you see how intersected it is with everything that is going on in the world and like with the music industry and the entertainment industry, and I just could no longer be a reactionary. I couldn't contribute to counter progressive things. I felt ashamed. I felt ashamed of like the contributions that I had made.
Yeah.
Even though like by comparison, they weren't as bad as maybe things other people have said. Knowing like the way I felt about those things and like actually having an understanding of it, and still the fact that I made a choice to release what I released at that time, like it was something that I regret. I still regret it to this day. If I could delete like portions of my catalog, I absolutely would. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
So how would you like describe like your fan base? Like obviously like they went through your journey. They expect certain music. Was it a hard part to like have them adapt to the new sound, or like they understood where you were coming from?
I think I lost some people and I gained some others.
Yeah.
Right. And then, when you lose people and you try to win them back, like when I returned to what really made me start doing this in the first place, right? Yeah. It's a battle that you're always going to fight because you broke trust, right? It's not about making somebody like your music. Like music is music, and that, that's like the second part of it, right? Like you have to build trust with your audience. They have to believe you. They have to think what you're saying is real. They have to have an emotional response, right?
Yeah.
So when you violate that trust, I think it can be a blow. That's why people get so upset when, people that they look up to or that they grew up listening to have these moments where they fall from grace or whatever it is. Not saying that I was that, but I'm sure for maybe one person, two people, I was that for sure.
When you decide to make music, that's politically charged, are you somewhat like ostracized by the music industry?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, what's the type of like reactions you get, or like, as opposed to maybe, did they tell you not to speak about certain, themes or, certain activities in the world while you were making your music before you entered politics?
Right. So I'm very anti-capitalist, right? I'm not like a liberal. I'm not a Democrat. Like I think we should abolish the capitalist system, like burn the whole shit down, start from fresh, right? Because like there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. There's no equality. There's no opportunity for justice, right? Um, and I think, you know, when you're working with multi-billion-dollar corporations that have a vested interest in using music as a vehicle to sell products, to sell tickets to venues, to push and perpetuate a certain agenda or status quo, obviously there's going to be some pushback, right? You're going to, whenever you speak truth to power, you're going to be challenged. And that's why you see voices like a perfect example is like Kendrick, who's a revolutionary artist by some standards. You know, his Super Bowl performance, they yanked the guy with the Palestinian flag off the field, right? And that, in a nutshell, shows you that there's a certain threshold of acceptability when you challenge power, right? You can only take things so far before they suppress you, before they quiet your message, before they bury you in the algorithms, before they separate you from potential financial opportunities, right? Like I'm sure, and I'm not the only artist that experiences it, but I'd rather, you know, grind and work hard than have, you know, a life that has been facilitated by blood money and like guilt. You know, it just doesn't appeal to me anymore. The world is too crazy. Too many people are dying, right? Like it's just an insane time, and it's like it's a heartbreaking time. And like I think the world deserves better. I think we deserve better from our artists that we listen to. You know, like for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And what about Palestine? Like why that what was different from that than anything else you've ever seen? Because I know right now it's like one of the biggest topics that the last 5, 6, 7 years has been like a very heavy and almost like people are scared to touch that term.
I mean, people are scared to touch that term because there is repression and suppression of voices who are pro-Palestinian, right? And what is it like Palestine it's symbolic. It's symbolic of every single liberation struggle in the world. Because like you have this hyper militarized, super financially lubricated, theocratic ethno state that is brutalizing a population of children. Right? And for no other reason than they feel like they have like this divine right to from thousands of years ago. And not only are they doing it, but they have been materially supported by the West, like all of the Western nations. Every single nation that controls what happens in the world has either turned and looked the other way or sent bombs, sent money, sent aid to this country that is brutalizing a defenseless neighbor, right? And not only is that happening and has it been happening for decades, but we have gotten to the point where we have seen it live streamed into our hands for 2 years, and we are expected to not say anything for fear of consequences. We are expected to not let it affect our psychological and emotional state. Like this is a brutal thing. Like we are seeing children blown up every day, right? And like if we were a healthy society, we would all be in fucking tears. We would be in the streets burning shit down, right? Like we have not met the moment. The world has failed the Palestinian people.
Absolutely.
You know, like, and like seeing that and just even my small participation just by virtue of not speak, like I think silence makes you complicit, you know? So just by virtue of me not saying anything for decades, right? Like I could no longer do that. It's just not right. It's wrong. It's wrong. And if art is not revolutionary, then it is bullshit. That's how I feel, right? Like, what is the point? What is the point of having a platform if you're not going to do anything to better the world with it?
Do you mind if I ask you if you're religious?
I'm not religious.
And these guys know my journey. I tell them that event alone is essentially what catapulted me into seeking God and seeking religion, because I have immersed myself with that, you know, the storylines and the politics behind that, and it's just pure evil essentially
100%.
that's going on. And from my understanding, there's a lot of political gain from a few that seek to gain from that. You know, the majority of our politics takes some amount of money from countries that align with that, with the countries that are committing this atrocity. And so it seems that like a lot of the people that are sort of garnering this atrocity to go on are essentially using like a religion as a way to sort of push it and say, oh, like this was promised to us thousands of years ago, you know, and in the Bible it says if you support this country, then you know, then you will be blessed in return.
Right.
And that sort of led me to spiral into the Bible and read exactly what do these politicians say when they're saying, you know, we should be complicit in a genocide when if the Bible says so. So I go into it, and there's no such thing. There's no such thing that says, you know, if you support you know, a political state named themselves after, you know, a certain person in the Bible, then therefore you should be blessed in return. I think they're using essentially the Bible as a way to, you know, justify themselves and their actions, and in a sense manipulating the general mass of people that are religious in a way, because the majority of people that are either Christian, Catholic, etc., don't actually read the Bible to any extent. They expect someone else to sort of just feed them the goods and the bads and the uglies in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Yeah. Look at the history. Like, all religions have a bloody history.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, anything could be weaponized if people are ignorant enough. You know? And I think that's what we're experiencing now. Right? Like, to a certain extent, I think some people are very aware of what's going on. I think there's like an element of pure, like, inexcusable fucking evil, you know? But I think for a while they got to lean into certain things and, you know, make people feel like they were bigots or anti-Semitic if they spoke out against something that really has nothing to do with whether or not, you know, you support someone's like religious belief system, right?
It sort of feels like they're using the same tactics over and over. Even in the 50s, there was McCarthyism, where if you were even called a communist, then you were essentially blacklisted from everywhere. You couldn't work in Hollywood, and your life was just over.
100%.
So it's the same exact thing now, whereas if you're labeled anti-Semitism or anti-Semitic, it's sort of like, oh, you're done. You can't be involved in this and that. So, it, you know, I feel like the only people that can speak up are either people that, you know, are financially free of that system, or that those that can sustain themselves without having to deal with the ramifications of being called that.
Right. Yeah, it's really insidious. It reaches out to every. I mean, war makes money. Genocide makes money.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you look at what's happening now with Iran. Right. Like, look at what's been happening with Ukraine since what, 2021, I don't remember what year we started bombing. Like, these things, you have companies like Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Lockheed, Boeing. The more bombs they sell, the more profit they make, the more their shareholders profit, right? It's not about, there's no vested interest in peace in any of these places. They want people blown the fuck up. They want to be able to fly drones. They want the drones to get blown the fuck up so they could send more drones. Like, it's a never-ending cycle, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just in a really like nasty timeline, and like we deserve like a much better system.
On the anti-capitalist system, how do you fight that fight, bro? I feel like it's so hard to like walk away from like even partaking in capitalism nowadays with our dollars. I think it's like, you think about all these companies and all these umbrella companies that own these companies. So how do you fight that anti-capitalist fight, you know?
So I mean, it's impossible. Like, there's a meme, right? Like, you can't criticize capitalism while participating in it, right?
Right.
But you really can, right? Like, what the fuck else are our options, right? It's okay to recognize that something is brutal and unjust and relies on exploitation and like wealth extraction and wealth hoarding by one class of people at the expense of another class of people, and identify that and say, hey, look, we need another fucking system because this shit ain't it, right? Like, how do you fight capitalism? I don't know if I have the answer, but I do know it starts by reaching out, like, in a personal way, right? Like, we need to build localized communities and just expand, right? Like, capitalism is not as old as the world is, right? Like, I think there's a tendency to confuse capitalism and commerce, right? Like, I sell this shirt, I'm a capitalist. No, I sell this shirt, I have a product, I made it, I'm selling it to you. A capitalist is someone who owns the factory or owns the company that owns 50 fucking factories, who has never set foot on the factory floor, who makes all the profit while you and I go to these sewing machines for $6 a day. That's the capitalist, right? Not the person who has one good who is selling it in exchange for some money, right? Like, that's not a capitalist. That's just somebody who's participating in commerce. And human beings have always done that, right? Like, we don't need to live in a system where people hoard all the wealth and refuse to share it. This is the first time in human history where there has been enough food, enough to go around, and people still fucking starve. People still live in the fucking streets, right? Like, this is a disgusting time in the world timeline in world history, because a few people want to fucking have everything at all of our expense. Like, it's a disgusting thing that's happening. And we deserve better. Like, frankly, we deserve better. You know?
We do.
Yeah. And I'm sure you lost friends because of your takes, right?
I don't feel like that.
Okay.
No, because I feel like if you're I feel like if you're a reactionary, we never had common ground in the first place.
Yeah.
So I dodged bullets, right?
Yeah.
And like, if you don't understand the difference between capitalism and commerce, like, I have friends that will call themselves capitalists now, and they're fucking working a job for someone else.
Yeah.
It's like, my brother, you fundamentally misunderstand the system that you are being exploited by, you know? And I think that's also by design, right? Like, we read at an 8th grade level for a reason in this country, you know?
Do you ever get backlash for the whole Palestine thing? A lot of backlash?
I think
Or there's more support?
I mean, you know, you get good and you get bad. I lost friends over it, but again, like I said, those people are not people I would want to break bread with.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. And I think we see that a lot where artists are being canceled out of countries from performing because of going against certain people. And it's like you can't even voice your opinion of people that are getting bombed, because if you do that, now you're anti-Jewish, and it just becomes like, bro, we're just we're seeing what we're seeing, you know? You can't justify it. Like, kids are being blown up in churches and schools, and it's like, oh, for the better of good people. I'm like, how? Like, how is that happening?
Yeah.
You know, so it's very touchy, and that's why for me that I don't know so much depth into it. I just like, I just pray for peace and free Palestine.
Yeah, free Palestine.
Because it's like let these people live, like, you know, like I that's all I can say, because I don't know so much of the history too much, but at the same time we see what we see,
for sure,
and we can't deny that.
Yep.
And then once you question that, when you start seeing people getting mad, like, that's the problem. Like, how do you feel attacked for us saying free Palestine? Like, why can't they be free? Why can't they be living in peace just like everybody else?
For sure. I don't believe a state has a right to exist. People do.
And then we see how they live. Like, we're seeing it. Like, it's obvious.
Yep.
Like, there's encampments, and the community is being pushed into this little strip, and they're being bombed, and we're trying to say, oh no, for the good of people, and it's like, how? In what way?
Well, I mean, it's for the good of a certain group of people.
Of course.
For sure.
The wealthy, you know, like, it's all the same thing. It's all fundamentally leads to the same place.
Yeah.
Right.
And what brought you to LA? You like, you were done with the East Coast?
So
enough with pizza, let me get some tacos.
Yo, you know what's crazy is when I was living in New York, I did not know I liked Mexican food.
Oh shit.
New York has ass Mexican food.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
LA has some. My girl was like, yo, you want to get a burrito? I was like, hell no. Hell no. Fuck out of here, burrito. That shit is trash. And then I finally had like some real Mexican. That shit is delicious.
What do you guys
Best
have,
food
like
ever.
Tex-Mex over there or something?
Yeah, they have like old El Paso, like fucking crunchy, like yellow tortillas type shit.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel
shit is
like
ass.
now is buzzing, right? Now Mexican.
Yeah.
I know Queens is that they have communities of like great Mexican food now.
Yeah, it's new.
So it's for sure it's beating out the halals. You know what? I didn't when I went to New York. I was surprised that, like, it was only one type of food in Times Square. It was just the gyros, and the halal food. That's it. There was nothing else. I was like, what the fuck?
The halal
it seemed like a mafia, bro. I was like, what
lamb
the
and
fuck?
chicken on rice. Yeah, for sure.
But I was fucking it up. I'm not gonna lie.
That shit is delicious, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Shit is delicious. You had a hard night. You gotta, this
for
is
sure,
delicious.
for sure. So, what brought you to LA? Like, it's music or just your like?
Yeah, music
you want
opportunity.
to switch it up?
Yeah, it's a weird story because like I was flying to LA. We used to do this thing when we get on planes. We would call it teleporting.
Okay.
So you fall asleep on one runway, wake up on the next runway. But I fell asleep like this, like with my leg bent on the seat like this. So I wake up and I'm like, I had like a cramp in my right leg.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. Next day I had a cramp in my right leg still. Third day I woke up in LA. My right leg was tingling like from ankle to like hip.
Yeah.
My mom works in the hospital and I told her, she's like, Emilio, you need to go to the fucking ER. So I went to the ER. I had a blood clot, like the size of a grain of sand. Almost killed me.
I was gonna say nerve or something, but nah, blood clot's crazy.
Oh shit.
So I didn't know that, right? Like if it had dislodged, I could have like blown up in my lungs. So I actually couldn't travel for a little while. Like I couldn't get back on a plane because the air pressure, like with the blood clot.
Yeah.
But then I was here and like I locked in. Ironically enough, I reconnected with some of the homies that I was already working with from New York who had already relocated out here. And it just, skateboarding, like the weather's amazing, right? Yeah, I mean, LA is a cool place. It's a really cool place. The people are cool. Like Angelinos are cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool city.
Oh yeah.
You know how they say that LA is fake? I feel like by now you realize that that's a lie, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
it's like, if you stay on the west side, you stay in one particular part of the city, of course you're gonna get that. But for the most part, once you're engraved in like in your East LA, Boyle Heights, Compton, and LA, you kind of get okay. And we treat people like home. It's like it's home for us.
Yeah.
So for sure, and also like even the migration of all the East Coast, everybody's out here, bro. Like everybody that I've met, they're all from like New York.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like there's like this whole thing where everybody's just moving out to the west.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's lovely because I just love just the mixtures of cultures and even them being involved in the media space out here. But shout out to motherfucking New York, one of my favorite
shout out
spots,
to
bro.
New York,
One of my
for
favorite
sure.
spots.
And when did you go from because you were rapping, right?
Yeah.
In New York you were rapping. You came to LA and you were rapping. When did it go from rap to like over to the band to like the rock? Rock stuff.
So I started this project with everybody about 3 years ago. And we just started putting records out like 7 months ago.
But it was already in the works for like 3 years,
for a little minute. Because I love hip hop music. Like hip hop is my first love. And I still think there's a very hip hop element to it. I'm not like abandoning my hip hop roots. I know a tendency for artists is to like come up through hip hop and then no. This is like very like the vocals are all hip hop vocals, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're still rapping.
I'm rapping my ass off. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I also felt like because of the political climate, it was time to bring like that rage sound back. And it'd been like 30 years, right? Like, and I have huge respect for Zach and Tom Morello and like everything they built. And it just been too long. There was too much of a gap.
Yeah.
So we actually did the project like as an homage, and then we started liking it so much. We just made more and more records. And now we're trying to veer away from homage territory. Right, because it's very intentionally rage-esque, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. As I was hearing it today, gives me like a Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
It's
hyper political. I also think like what we were talking about, like with consequences for speaking politically, like it's time to talk about things.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's a good soundscape to be angry, right? Like, and I am fucking angry. It wasn't a choice. It wasn't like, oh, let me think about what I can do. No, like I'm fucking pissed off, and this is like the way that I feel like best expresses that sonically.
Yeah. I think it's a good sound, and I think it's the right time for it.
I agree.
I know last year I went to an underground hip hop show in Conejo. He closed out the show.
Yeah.
And he closed it out with the band.
Yeah, Conejo's a homie.
I think Desmadre, I think that was the band. That shit was hard, bro.
Yeah.
It was my first time, and I'm up there, I'm looking, I'm like, this shit's tight. I didn't even know Conejo, was in that lane, but ever since then, after that, he was heavy on that lane. I like how he just like readapted himself and
He's just dedicated on that shit.
Yeah, and it's cool. and then shortly after, I know of you guys because I don't know. You opened up for Coyote at the Regent.
Oh yeah, a little while ago they released
you
show.
Rapping or were you?
I was just rapping.
Yeah,
just
you were
some
just
rap
rapping.
shit,
Yeah. Because I know recently you just did the 420.
Yeah, we
at
did
the
that
Echo.
together too. Yeah.
So and I got to see you guys live, and that was pretty cool too. Like just to
thanks.
see it in person.
Yeah,
and I know I was familiar with you, so. I mean, it's the time is now for music like that for sure.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I think LA too, right? Like that rock rap is like buzzing right now. You see that with that smile there. You see a lot of elements of that. So I think it's perfect for you to even be out here in LA, and because I think we appreciate rock still here. Like,
yeah. Well, rock is huge.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's fucking huge, and it's a different energy for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like a little more like hip hop. I love hip hop, and I'm not trying to be disparaging, but I feel like sometimes the hip hop crowd can be a little judgmental, even, no matter what area you move in hip hop. Like people are, I don't like your, if you run with like the Larry Jones, I don't like your fit. Like
yeah.
These rock people don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck,
bro. Like I don't even get a lineup anymore.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I'm going in like half grown neck, like shit look like a checkerboard on my neck, right? Like
you're in your hippie era.
About the music.
Also, it's free, right?
Yep, it's really free.
You don't have to worry about like you said, the trends or like I'm just doing music.
Exactly.
And how's that? Has LA received you like very well out here?
Yeah, I mean, LA's all love. LA's been really cool, and I think the rock space, like, we sound good. Like, not to toot our own horn.
Yeah, you guys sound good.
We sound really good actually, for sure.
Like I think it stands out because nobody's done this in a minute, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's being received well. There are some old heads that are like, "Oh, you sound like Rage, you motherfucker." But like, of course, bro. Like, duh.
Yeah.
Like we wanted to sound like Rage. Like we fucking loved Rage, and this project is a love letter to Rage Against the Machine.
But that's good to bring it back because there's nothing wrong with taking elements from the past
for sure
and putting it into new music. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it's always the old heads in the rock space that they're so purists.
Oh,
They see a guitar riff from someone. Oh, bro, you stole it. Bro, it's like, can you show love?
They're the E-bros of the rock.
Yeah, they're the E-bros of the rock.
Nah, E-bro's not like that. E-bro's a chill
I
dude.
think there's always space for that type of thing.
I love E-bro.
Because there's bands even like Greta Van Fleet where they made their entire sound like Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
And it's basically like a call to action, like, hey, Led Zeppelin lovers come.
Yeah.
And now they're developing off of that sound. They're going off of the Led Zeppelin, doing their own thing. And I think that's a justifiable thing to do. For sure. Because for you, I mean, I think is the best way to do it. Yeah. Because anyone that's into Rage Against the Machine, you're immediately like into politics, what's going on with this and that. So if you want to put your message out there, what better way than to call people that love that band, give them that sound, and then expand from there.
Yeah.
What's true even in rap? Most people start mimicking their favorite rappers before they find their own sound.
That's true.
For sure. And hip hop, hip hop has like a very like certain regions are known for certain sounds, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. And I also think because of like the way my voice sounds and the subject matter, like we're gonna get the comparisons. Like I had a double time record where I'm like like bouncing.
Yeah.
I never heard Zach rap like that, and people say we sounded like Rage on it. So it's like certain things that was us like literally deviating like with the musicianship, and I like intentionally did a different flow, right?
Yeah.
But it's just certain things we can't escape.
Guitars probably too.
Yeah.
The drums.
Yeah.
Were your bandmates previously in bands too, or?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
cool.
So Chris, the drummer, plays with Jameson. And then he played with Good Charlotte for a while.
Oh, damn.
Ricky Armelino, like who was a producer on the record, he plays with Ice Nine Kills.
Oh, nice.
And also with Hawk.
Oh shit.
Our like one of the main cats who wrote the project, his name is Alec Quantum Logic. He's like an EDM DJ, but he's sick. Our guitar player Matt Busco, he is like a producer, but hip hop producer. So he's done records for like The Baby and like J Balvin, like crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
And then our bassist Elliot, he's like played in tons of different bands in LA. He's got like a really funky style, like he's really dope. Like he's very like hip hop rooted, so it has like that, not just the rock elements, but also has like that swing, like that can accommodate hip hop vocals. So I think it's a good blend,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you guys meet? Like y'all already working with each other?
Yeah, we just knew each other.
Like fuck you, like, we have built a community, like just do some new shit.
Yeah.
And how did the pandemic affect you musically?
Oh shit! So when they announced, when Orange Guy got on the news and he was like, "We're gonna suspend travel," I was in the airport. I was about to go to Europe for 30 days. We had like 30 shows.
Sheesh. That's hip hop.
And then I ended up coming back to LA. I just flew back to LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the pandemic's weird. I feel like I blinked and lost 6 years, right?
Yeah,
that's
dude,
right.
same.
Fucking weird. It's weird, right?
There's like a lot of fuckery now everywhere you go. It's sort of like an extension of COVID now, and it's just sort of like confusion everywhere you go.
Yeah. It like accelerated the decline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
for
much
sure.
so.
I feel like the death of Kobe did something to it.
That too?
It glitched the world, bro.
Yeah, maybe.
Something's happened there where like it wasn't supposed to happen.
fuck
Some might see that as a catalyst.
When did
Yeah,
he when did
do.
he pass? What was his?
A month before
January.
COVID hit. January. Yeah.
COVID was already here, low key.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it
low
was
key.
already here,
March
low
was the
key.
shutdown.
March was the official. I think it was already here. December?
Yeah, because I think
December.
I got it in December.
Yeah, I
before
think
the
my
test.
parents got it on New Year's too.
Yeah.
Everybody got sick.
Yeah, I was working for a Chinese company, and they were already like masked up in November, bro.
Oh, shit.
Because they were already hearing what the fuck was
Yeah.
happening over
Yeah.
there. So, and then, I think January when the COVID hit, and then March when they fully shut down.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
the world hasn't been the same. You know? It hasn't been the
No,
same.
it hasn't.
For real,
Nah,
bro.
for
Well,
sure.
if you don't mind me speaking like conspiracy, well, this was in the Epstein files. You know, I don't know if you've already I've listened to some music. I don't know if you talked about the Epstein. I know you talked about political figures,
Right.
Some billionaires.
Yeah,
often.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
God,
We'll talk about
by the
that,
way,
yeah.
God bless the First Amendment. But in the files, he specifically talked about how he was like talking to some scientists, and he specifically wanted a virus made with his DNA so that they are immune and no one else was. And so, come to find out, now doctors and scientists are like, oh, there are actually one specific class or group of people that are slightly more immune to it than others, and that would be basically anyone in the Epstein.
So you saying I'm related to Epstein? Because I have not gotten COVID.
I don't know, but
That's fucking
but
crazy.
they are less likely to get that, So, but yeah, I mean,
wild.
just the Epstein files alone is just sort of like,
Bro,
what the
it's
fuck,
fucking
man?
insane.
Yeah.
It's like
It
what
is.
we should be talking about
We
every
are.
day.
That's what I'm saying. We are so sick.
Mm,
We are all fucking sick. Like, why are these people walking?
Yeah.
You know, like, what the fuck is wrong with us as a culture, as a group, like as human beings, that we have not demanded justice for the most fucking brutal and heinous crimes?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
it's fucking gross.
I think social media desensitizes everybody with
Yep.
so much headlines, so much crazy shit that now everybody questions everything, and now everybody, oh, who knows? But like, bro, it's thousands of emails. Like,
Yeah,
what
like,
the
what do you mean, who
fuck?
knows? Even if
Like,
10% of them are right.
thousands of emails. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, even that, yeah,
No, it's true. When you see enough memes about something,
Yeah.
it takes away like
It does.
like how real it is. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
What do you think of Larry Ellison essentially just purchasing TikTok, the USA branch of it, and now he owns Netflix and along with Paramount and basically the
David
majority of
Ellison,
our
Barry Weiss.
the majority of our media now.
Well, I mean, so 9 people, right? Nine people own like the majority of media in general, right? You have like the Murdochs, you have the Ellisons, you have like Zuckerberg, Elon, right? I will tell you this. Before Larry Ellison bought TikTok, we were going viral like a couple times a week on
Yeah.
TikTok. And now we get 300 views.
Mm.
Yeah. Specifically, I know that like once you start talking about Palestine after the merger was done, you're just
for
shadow
sure.
banned. And it's a shame that people don't really connect the dots in this, because
people
even
know.
you have like publicly broadcasted videos where the Prime Minister of Israel is like, oh, TikTok was the most important purchase of us, and Larry Ellison is a friend. And so it's like, how do you have United States citizens essentially purchasing something on behalf of a nation? I don't care if it's a
insane.
friendly nation, whatever you want to call it, an ally. It's foreign interests.
For sure. It's crazy. The shit with TikTok is crazy because Larry Ellison was like the single largest individual donor to the IOF,
Yes, he was.
right? And I remember that conversation that you're talking about. It was
He was
it was
talking to
Netanyahu, and then
influencers,
also like Jonathan, homeboy who's the head of the ADL, right? And they were basically saying like they have a TikTok problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously like nobody who's in a position of power wants their power to be threatened, whether or not it is about Zionism or about like corporate profits or, like selling user data. Nobody wants to be held accountable for those things, right? So I don't know, man. It's a fucked up timeline for sure.
I think it's very important for most conversations like this nowadays to make the clarification that Zionism is not Judaism,
100%.
Jewish people. It doesn't account for those people. It's just an ideology.
I don't think it's important because I think making that distinction gives credence to something that doesn't need to be given credibility. Like, I am not anti-Semitic. I have never been anti-Semitic. I am staunchly anti-Zionist, and I don't feel like I need to ever say that me, as somebody who has a strong sense of justice and wants everybody to be treated fairly, should ever have to make that clarification.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. No,
Yeah.
I don't believe in any ideology that requires the subjugation of others. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and that's incredibly important because obviously the First Amendment is the first for a reason. It's the most important, and we have laws now that are essentially going against that. Where if you are criticize, the country or state of Israel, then you are, classified as a anti-Semitic, and that can make you get, sued for millions of dollars. If you specifically boycott any products from that country, there's 30 states now that have laws against that, and you can also get sued and fined for $1 million and go to jail.
Crazy.
So I don't understand how we are Americans and America first, and we're supposed to be patriotic, and then we have laws specifically going against the First Amendment.
Well, what do you think freedom of speech is? What is your
Literally
definition of it?
saying whatever we want, except of course without specifically violence, unless you're in the case of like music and entertainment and movies, etc. Because obviously, if you're in the entertainment space, you want to be able to say whatever you want without, any repercussions, because you're being creatively, in your right mind. You're being creative and you have free will to say whatever you want. But if you're going out and saying specifically to cause harm to people, that's a little different. It depends on the situation, but our First Amendment is saving us or protecting us from people that would be, going out there and specifically going something like a CNN or Fox, and if they go out and cause for harm of people, like something like a January 6th, where you have the president now saying, go crazy, whatever, it was a little more of a call to action for violence, then I think that should be seen as different as opposed to like music and movies.
Right. So you think, okay, so I agree, like, to a certain extent, that the First Amendment applies to being able to say what you want in certain situations without repercussions, right? But I think, like, that has been the only element of the First Amendment that has been focused on recently, right? Like, I think fundamentally what the First Amendment applies to is whether or not we have the ability to challenge power, right? Like, I think it's been misconstrued intentionally over the past, I don't know, X amount of years, right? Where the First Amendment and freedom of speech has become 100% associated with saying things without social consequences, right? Like, oh, First Amendment, we're going to bring free speech back. I can go into the workplace and not respect someone's chosen pronoun or call somebody like, a bad name, right? Without consequences. That's like the dumbest fucking application of the First Amendment on the planet, right? Yeah. But that's the only way it's represented. And I think fundamentally the First Amendment really is only about having the ability to stand up for yourself, to stand up for like what's right, to challenge the people that are in authority without, being thrown in fucking jail. It's about journalists. It's about things like that, right? But yeah, it's just been like, it's been hyper. The focus has just been like super like, focused on like the most insignificant part of the whole shit, right? Which I think is problematic, and I think like people are leaning into it a little too heavily.
I think even with the streamer community, like these young ass fools, they'll get away with saying some wild ass shit, and it's like, damn, what's the respect? Like that's you disrespecting somebody doesn't mean like you have a freedom of speech.
That's
like,
not freedom of
like,
speech.
It's not.
Yeah. It's a private company. If they want to fire you, let them get rid of you. They have their own like rules, right? Like but
Yeah, that's what I've been noticing, that they use as being like they're focusing on one part of the freedom of speech without like getting the whole thing of like what it's actually meant for.
Did you see the video that went viral the other night? The homeboy with the cowboy hat.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
He was dropping like M-bomb after M-bomb, and then like saying he was gonna shoot this dude, right? Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It's and even on social media, it just became such a like a tool.
Yeah.
To just for like I just feel like everything is done for a purpose, like scrolling, and just keeping you like it's kind of like you get over it. Like you see some crazy shit happen, the next second you're on to another thing.
Yeah,
you're on to another thing. It's just like we forget. Like we gotta like start caring for what's going on and be aware of what's going on and the rights that they're taking away from us and who's being attacked and who's not.
Yeah,
and where the money is going and like. Bro.
Yeah, like freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Like there were LAPD on these campuses when people were protesting.
Yeah.
That's freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Right? When we are in the streets at MDC, they're shooting fucking less lethal munitions with chemical weapons that are banned in international community before the order of dispersal is given, right? Like that's violation of freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
Not being able to talk shit on the internet.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's crazy because when I was outside last year during the riots and stuff, my own community were like, why can't y'all do it peacefully? And I'm like, what? Like, when has there been change that's made with peace? Like, you gotta rebel. And like, you're speaking out of like, you're at home looking at the media and then they're giving you a picture of like the reaction of what the cops incited.
Yeah.
The cops start shooting first.
Yep.
Now we start reacting. Now, oh, look at this person.
They're
with the rock.
violent.
Look at the rock.
Bro,
Arrest
they
that
shot me with a fucking rubber bullet. Of course I'm gonna throw something back. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
like I don't know. It made me look at my community very differently.
Right.
It made me reevaluate who I have around me and who really like is really for the community.
Right.
Like, I cut out people like mentally. Like obviously I'm still cool with people, but mentally I'm no longer associating myself with people that are not in the right side of history.
Yeah, for sure.
And being compassionate to what's happening and understanding and not just seeing a clip or a headline and just running with that and just going and sharing. I hate fools that just share bullshit.
Yeah.
Bro, that should be, But even that, like I have to like disconnect to like keep my sanity, bro. Cause it's kind of tough.
That's valid.
Yeah.
It's a crazy time. You go crazy so easily.
Yeah, let's talk about us versus them. Okay. And what's your beef with Elon Musk? So let me find out, you're not driving a Tesla out here.
What's my beef with Elon?
Elon Musk, yes.
I mean, so like, Elon is like no different than any other like piece of shit billionaire, right? I mean, they're all fucking horrible people. I don't know. What do you want to know? Like, what are we talking about? Us versus them? We talking about Elon?
Yeah, because Elon Musk is one of those people that irritates me too on Twitter. Like, even though I'm always on Twitter, for the most part, I'm more on Twitter than anything else.
I haven't blocked, fool.
Huh?
I haven't blocked.
You haven't blocked?
Yeah.
Somehow he's still on your timeline. Yeah, for sure.
But he's still there. Like, he's still there.
The guy
just
is
like
out here.
Just irks me with his stupid takes, and it's like, wow, bro, just.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, and like I just feel like this whole boys club that they have with Joe Rogan and the Aiden Ross, like, all that little group of people supporting each other and the Dana Whites, and it's like,
yeah, for sure,
bro. I just look at it and it's tough to see. It's tough to see. And
they all fight jujitsu with each other, oiled up or whatever. Crazy.
Well, but what can we expect from us versus them in the next year? Because you said you're going into a phase where I want to develop a sound for yourself. But what can we see from that?
So we're continuing to release. We have a lot of records done.
Okay.
We have so much music.
Yeah.
We got a video. By the time this comes out, it might be out already.
Yeah.
For this record called Met Gala with Desmadre.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a crazy song.
That was a crazy song.
Cool. Yeah. I thank you.
It reminded me of Hollywood Drive-By by Moral Technique and Sick Jacket.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. That's a good one too. Similar.
Shout out to Psych Around.
Yeah, for sure. Big shouts to Tech too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're just gonna keep doing shows. Keep it pushing, right? Because we believe in the project, and whether or not it is accepted the way we want it to be, it's not up to us, right? We're just gonna put records out that we believe in and keep developing the sound. I'm gonna keep talking my shit, and I'm gonna stay on these streets. I'm gonna stay fighting for what I think is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see a record with you and Conejo for sure.
Okay. Yeah, Conejo's a homie.
Yeah,
He sent me something. I actually got to send it back.
I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm gonna tell him, hey, fool, because I work with him for a long ass time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hit him up like, hey, fool, I had Emilio Rojas over here. Hey,
he's a cool dude. Like when I think of like LA Chicano, like OG for sure. Like he's like, yeah, he's what I would think of for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Cool
it's
ass
funny
dude.
when I was listening to that song, I was just thinking like, how would Fox try to spin this? You know, like
Radical leftist shoot billionaires.
I would imagine like in an interview, they'd be like, what do you mean by the Met Gala in a minefield? What do you mean by that?
Literally would like to see them dancing while like fighting for their lives. It'd be funny, right? Like you don't know what you're stepping on, and yeah, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
But even like speaking of shows, like how was the Coyote show, the 420? It was good.
You saw it. I mean, you were in the audience. How did you? I was on stage. You tell me how it was.
I mean, it was my first time like watching you, which was good, and also just like the things that happened. Like Exhibit came out, he performed X. Status Selecta gave Cypress Hill their flowers.
Yep.
And Status Selecta was there. He's DJing.
Yeah, it was a good show.
It was a good show. It was a lot of hip hop, important hip hop things that happened. They also just like co-signed Coyote, so it's like
they gave
it was a big deal. Yeah, they just keep outdoing their show every single time they put a show. So it was good.
Sure.
Talking about Cypress Hill, you brought up Cypress Hill. Do you feel like Cypress Hill they don't get what they deserve, like their flowers? Because I always feel like they always try to forget about them, and I'm like they're also a pillar of hip hop.
Oh, Cypress
Hill,
they've
done
legendary.
so much, bro. They've done so much, and sometimes it irks me that like my community, my Latino community, they're like, man, but who gives a fuck about Cypress Hill? I'm like, bro, they're still touring worldwide right now.
Well, how can you say that though?
Right.
You put on "I Want to Get High" or like when the shit goes down,
bro, like,
and they're gonna be singing it.
The classic movies, like the influence, like there's so much done even with DJ Muggs alone, his instrumentals. To what I love what he's doing right now, even with TF, and I just love what they contributed to Latino hip hop, to just rap period. Yeah, and I just feel like my community should be like more embracing and putting them as gods to me.
I mean, they should be.
They should be, bro. And that's why we built this platform to be real. We need to up here, bro.
Yeah, you guys should do a Be Real TV collab.
That'd be hard.
Yeah.
But for sure, bro.
Cypress Hill are amazing.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And also, like, how did the collab with Desmadre? Because I mean, like I said earlier, you guys kind of like sound the same as with them. And then I found the song Met Gala, and they were also on it.
Right.
How did that come about?
I mean, we did a couple shows with them, and Doe, who manages us, works with them too.
Mm-hmm.
So we just reached out. And I come from the hip hop space where like collaboration is what it's about, right?
Yeah,
it's fun.
yeah.
So that record was actually totally different verses, and I was like, oh, I think they would sound cool on it. So I rewrote my verse and I sent it over with an empty verse. Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure, brother. I appreciate you for pulling up.
Thank you.
Anything that we should look forward, like a project that we're gonna work towards for the end of the year, or we're not just singles.
We're just gonna we're gonna do the hip hop shit, right?
Yeah.
Like I know it's rock, but we're gonna take a hip hop approach. We're gonna drop singles until we build the audience.
Yeah.
Which I think is smart, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So we're just gonna keep doing it, and I want people to get activated, right? Like stand for something. Like that's literally like fuck the music shit. Like whatever. Like I don't care if you like my music. I don't care. I don't care if you agree with my politics. Like read a fucking book. Go fucking fight for something that you believe in, and if it's wrong, I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
That's fact.
That's fire.
Yeah. The only thing that good men must do for evil to win is nothing at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
That's for sure. For sure, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys tap in USvsTHEM, Emilio Rojas, and check out his music. Check out all his music, bro, because you do have a great sound. And I think motherfuckers should go ahead and support it. And especially if you want to stand for something, stand for music that are speaking up for everybody else. Yeah. Because that's kind of like where we're lacking out here.
100%.
Shout out to Immortal Techniques, continue with the fight. One of my favorite artists growing up. And I love that he's still in the forefront, still doing what he does, still respected, still who he is, you know?
Yep.
I love that. Because I was, when I was growing up, like 17, 18 years old, I was heavy into Immortal Techniques, the Psycho Realm. So,
yeah.
You know, I love that, like, we continue even that type of music, like, where they're speaking up for the community. Not only just, like, fun. And we love that, too, but we also need some real music out here.
Yeah, we need it all.
And I appreciate you pulling up, and I appreciate you continuing the fight out here, dog.
Thank you.
And you're brave as fuck, and we salute you. And because, you know, everybody else want to tuck their tail, but I'm glad that you're like, nah, hell nah. Wrong is wrong. And shout out to Palestine and free Palestine. And then we are out.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.